দিয়া পদ ছায়া শোধো হে আমায় তোমার চরণ ধরি। क्षय वेग दोमी क्षय दोष शोधी क्षय गुण देहो दासे। क्षय सत्संगा देहो हे আমারে বসেছি সঙ্গের আশে। একাকী আমার নাই পায় বল হরিনাম সংকীর্তনে। তুমি কৃপা করি শ্রদ্ধা বিন্দু দিয়া দেহ কৃষ্ণ নাম ধানে। কৃষ্ণ সে তোমার কৃষ্ণ দিতে পারো তোমার শক্তি আছে। আমি তো গঙ্গল কৃষ্ণ কৃষ্ণ বলি ধাই তব পাছে পাছে। ওহে বৈষ্ণব ঠাকুর দয়ার সাগর এ দাসে করুণা করি। ওহে বৈষ্ণব ঠাকুর জয় বৈষ্ণব ঠাকুর জয় বৈষ্ণব ঠাকুর জয় বৈষ্ণব ঠাকুর। विभावरी शेष आलोक प्रवेश निद्रा छड़ी उठो जीवा। बोलो हरि हरि मुकुंद मुरारी राम कृष्ण हयग्रीवा। नरसिंह वामन श्री मधुसूदन ब्रजेंद्र नंदन श्यामा। पूतन घातन कटभशतन जय दशरथि राम। यशोदा दुलाल गोविंद गोपाल वृंदावन पुरंदर। गोपी प्रिया जन राधिका रमन भुवन सुंदर बर रावणंत कर माखन तस्कर गोपी जन वस्त्रहारी ब्रजेर राखल गोप वृंदापल चित हरि वंशीधारी योगींद्र बंदन श्री नंदनंदन ब्रज जन भयहारी नवीन नीरद रूप मनोहर मोहन वंशी बिहारी यशोदानंदन कंस निसूदन निकुंज रास विलासी कदम्ब कानन रस परायण वृंद विपिन निवासी आनंद वर्धन प्रेम निकेतन फूल शरजोजक काम गोपांगना गण चित विनोदन समस्त गुण गण धाम जमुना जीवन केली परायण मानस चंद्र चकोरा नाम सुधारस गाओ कृष्ण जश राखो वचन मन मोरा विभवरी शिशालोक प्रवेश निद्रा छरी उठो जीवा बोलो हरि हरि मुकुंद मुरारी राम कृष्ण हयग्रीवा हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे उज्ज्वल वरन गौरवर देहं विलसित निरवधि भवविदेहम् उज्ज्वलवरना गौरवरदेहं विलसित निरवधि भवविदेहम् त्रिभुवन पावन कृपयालेशं तं प्रणमामि च श्री सच्चिदानयम् गद्गद अन्तर भावविकारं दुर्जनतर्जन नदविशालम् भवभयभञ्जन कारणकरुणं तं प्रणमामि च श्री सच्चिदानयम् अरुणाम्बरधर चारुकपोलम् इन्दुविनिन्दितनखचयरुचिरम्
अरुणाम्बरधर चारुकपोलम् इन्दुविनिन्दितनखचयरुचिरम्
जल्पितनिजगुणनामविनोदं तं प्रणमामि च श्री सच्चिदानयम् विगलितनयन कमलजरधारं भूषणनवरसभावविकारम् गद्यतिमन्थर नृत्यविलासं तं प्रणमामि च श्री सच्चिदानयम् चञ्चलचरुचरणगतिरुचिरं मञ्जिररञ्जितपदयुगमधुरम् चन्द्रविनिन्दितशीतलवदनं तं प्रणमामि च श्री सच्चिदानयम् धृतकटिडोरकमलदलुदण्डं दिव्यकलेवरमुण्डितमुण्डम् दुर्जनकल्मषखण्डनदण्डं तं प्रणमामि च श्री सच्चिदानयम् भूषणभूरज अलकवलितं कम्पितबिम्बधर वररुचिरम् मलयज विरचित उज्ज्वलतिलकं तं प्रणमामि च श्री सच्चिदानयम् Indita aruna kamaladalanayam Ajanulambita Shri Bhuja Yugalam Kalivara Kaishora Nartakavesham Tam Pranamami Cha Shri Sachitanayam
Kalivara Kaishora Nartakavesham Tam Pranamami Cha Shri Sachitanayam
Ujvala Varana Gauravara Deham Vilasita Niravadhi Bhava Videham Tribhuvana Pavana Kripayalesham Tam Pranamami Cha Shri Sachitanayam
Tribhuvana Pavana Kripayalesham Tam Pranamami Cha Shri Sachitanayam
Jaya Sachinandana Jaya Sachinandana Jaya Sachinandana Jaya Gaurahari Jaya Sachinandana Jaya Sachinandana Jaya Sachinandana Jaya Gaurahari
Sachinandana Jaya Sachinandana Jaya Sachinandana Jaya Gaurahari
Jaya Radhe Jaya Krishna Jaya Vrindavana
Jaya Radhe Jaya Krishna Jaya Vrindavan
Shri Govinda Gopinatha Madana Mohana
Shri Govinda Gopinatha Madana Mohana
Shama Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhana
Shama Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan
Kalindi Jamuna Jaya Jaya Mahavana
Kalindi Yamuna Jaya Jaya Mahavan
Keshi Ghata Vamshi Vatam Dvadasha Kananam
Keshi Ghata Vamsi Bhata Dvadasha Kanan
Jahasha Balila Koila Shri Nanda Nandana
Jasa Balila Koilo Shri Nanda Nanda
Shri Nanda Jashoda Jaya Jaya Gopagana
Shri Nanda Nandoda Jaya Jaya Gopagan
Shri Ramadi Jaya Jaya Dhenu Vatsagana
Shri Damadi Jaya Jaya Dhenu Vatsagan
Jaya Vrishabhanu Jaya अभिरनगारी
जय पूर्णमासी जय अभिरानगारी
जय जय गोपीश्वर वृंदावन माझा
जय जय गोपीश्वरा वृंदावन माझा
जय जय कृष्ण सखा बटु द्विजराजा
जय जय कृष्ण सखा बटु द्विजराजा
जय राम घात जय रोहिणी नंदन
जय राम घाटा जय रोहिणी नंदन
जय जय वृंदावन वसी जट जना
जय जय वृंदावन वासी जट जाना
जय द्विज पत्नी जय नागकन्यागण
जय द्विज पत्नी जय नागकन्यागाना
भक्ति तेजहारा पैल गोविंद चरण
भक्ति तेहरा पैलो गोविंद चरण
श्रीरस मंडल जय जय राधा श्यामा
श्रीरास मंडला जय जय राधा श्यामा
जय जय रस लीला सर्वमनोरमा
जय जय रास लीला सर्वमनोरमा
जय जय ज्वाला रस सर्वरस सारा
जय जय उज्ज्वला रसा सर्वरस सार
परकीय भावे जहाँ व्रजते प्रचार
परकीय भावे जहाँ व्रजते प्रचार
श्री जानव पाद पद्मा कोरिया स्मरण
श्रीजानवपाद पद्मा कोरिया स्मरण
दीन कृष्ण दास कहे नम संकीर्तन
दीन कृष्ण दासा कोहे नाम संकीर्तन
जय राधे जय कृष्ण जय वृंदावन
जय राधे जय कृष्ण जय वृंदावन
श्री गोविंद गोपीनाथ मदन मोहन
श्री गोविंद गोपीनाथ मदन मोहन
प्रलयपयोधि जले धृतवानसि वेदम् वीतवहित्रचरित्रकेतनं केशवधृता मीनशरीरा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे
प्रलयपरोधि जले धृतवानसि वेदम् विहितवहित्रचरित्रमखेदं केशवधृता मीनशरीरा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे
क्षितिरिह विपुलतरे तिष्ठति तव पृष्ठे धरणिधरन किन चक्रगरिष्ठे केशवधृता कूर्म शरीरा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे
क्षितिरिह विपुलतरे तिष्ठति तव पृष्ठे धरणिधरन किं चक्रग्रहीस्ते केशवधृता कूर्म शरीरा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे
वसति दशन शिखरे धरणी तव लग्ना शशिनि कलङ्ककरे नवनिमग्ना केशवधृता सुखकर रूप जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे
वसति दशन शिखरे धरणी तव लग्ना शशिनि कलङ्ककलेव निमग्ना केशवधृता शुकररूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे
तव करकमलवरे नखमद्भुतशृङ्गम् दलितहिरण्यकशिपुतनुभृङ्गं केशवधृता नरहरिरूप जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे
तव करकमलवरे नखमद्भुतशृङ्गम् दलितहिरण्यकशिपुतनुभृङ्गं केशवधृता नरहरिरूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे
अलयसि विक्रमणे बलिमद्भुतवामना पदनखनीरजनितजनपावन केशवधृता वामनरूप जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे
कलयसि विक्रमणे बलिमद्भुतवामन पदनखनीरजनितजनपावन केशवधृता वामनरूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश
क्षत्रियरुद्धिर्मये जगदपगतपापम् स्नपयसि पयसि शमितभवतापम् केशवधृता भृगुपतिरूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे
क्षत्रियरूढिरणे जगदपगतपापम् स्नपयसि पयसि शमितभवतापम् केशवधृता भृगुपतिरूपा जय जगदीश हरे
वितरसि दिक्षुरने दिक्पति कमनीयम् दशमुखमौलिबलिं रमणीयं केशवधृता रामशरीर जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे
वितरसि दिक्षुरने दिक्पति कमनीया दशमुखमौलिबलिं रमणीयं केशवधृता रामशरीरा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे
वहसि वपुषि विशदे वसनं जलदाभम् हलहति भीतमिलितयमुनाभं केशवधृता हलधररूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे
वहसि वपुषि विशदे वसनं जलदाभम् हलहति भीतिमिलितयमुनाभं केशवधृता हलधररूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे
इन्दसि यज्ञविदेरहः श्रुतिजाता सदय हृदय दर्शितपशुघातं केशवधृता बुद्धशरीरा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे
विन्दसि यज्ञविदेरहः श्रुतिजातं सदय हृदय दर्शितपशुपातं केशवधृता बुद्धशरीरा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे
निवहनिधने कलयसि करवालम् धूमकेतुमिव किमपि करालं केशवधृता कल्किशरीरा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे
निवहनिधने कलयसि करवालं धूमकेतुमिव किमपि करालं केशवधृता कल्किशरीरा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे
श्रीजयदेव कवेरिदमुदितमुदरम् श्रेणु सुखदं शुभदं भवसारं केशवधेता विधरु जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे
श्री जय देव करेरिदमुदितमुदारं शृणु सुखदं शुभदं भवसारं केशवधीता दशविधरूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे
हरते जगन्ति वहते भूगोलमुद्बिभ्रते दैत्यं धारयते बलिं छलयते क्षत्रक्षयं कुर्वते औलस्यं जयते हलं कलयते कारुण्यमातन्वते म्लेच्छान्मूर्छयते दशकृतिकृते कृष्ण तुभ्यं नमः जयते दशकृतिकृते कृष्णाय तुभ्यं नमः
Hare Krishna. Yeah. Thank you everyone for coming today for the Saturday class. I'll start with Jai Radha Madhav. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari Jashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Jashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari Jashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Jashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jai Hare Krishna. Thank you everyone. So today my topic is I'm going to talk about the very famous Devahuti. She's a really great devotee of the Lord, and her husband Kardama, and their relationship. And with respect to their relationship, I want to talk about the guru and disciple relationship. What we can learn from Kardama and Devahuti, how they have served each other, how Devahuti has served Kardama, how a disciple can serve Guru in the same way. That is the topic of the discussion today that I am considering to talk about. So before I start, we will just want to give my obeisances to all the previous acharyas, our Guru Maharaj Vaisheshika Prabhu, and all my mentors and all of you esteemed devotees who have inspired me to come here today, come in front of you to do a small effort towards increasing my own devotional service. Om Agyanam Timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवंश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपदान् सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितंश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्ता राधाकान्ता नमोऽस्तुते। तप्तकाञ्चना गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। I'm going to share my screen now. So what do I do? Maybe yeah. Accept that maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can't even read properly without
Yeah,
us.
me
You
too.
have to read yourself.
Proceed.
Okay, I see something.
Yeah, I think it came.
Okay.
Okay, thank you for that. So this is the topic. This is a life-changing advice for ideal married life with some parallels with the guru and disciple relationship. So the background to this is, I just want to give you a little bit storyline, like where are we in the Bhagavatam. This is canto number 3, and this is canto about creation. The primary creation already has been done by Krishna, and now the secondary creation is happening by Brahma. And Brahma has had some futile efforts towards creation. He had created the 4 Kumaras, then he had created Rudra. So there was the efforts were not successful. And then from Brahma himself, Swayambhuva Manu and Shatarupa, this is a couple, they take birth, and they have been in charge of increasing the progeny of the world. And then there are many other saints who get created to increase the progeny. One of them is Kardama. In the picture you can see there, he's meditating. And Kardama Muni is now responsible for increasing the progeny further. And this is creation time, so all this is very legitimate. And this discussion is happening between Vidura and Maitreya. Vidura is a disciple and Maitreya is a guru. And if you can see, both of them don't look like ordinary grahastha people. One of them is a renunciate, and Maitreya is detached. He's a sannyasi, and Vidura is renunciate. He has not done the Kurukshetra war, and he decided to go on pilgrimage You folks don't need to read it all. I just kept it for myself. You just focus on what I'm saying because it will just divert you. I didn't get time to split the speaker notes. So these both are detached and renunciate people. Why are they interested in progeny and that too with sex life, and what is their interest here? Like, what is their is it correct for them to discuss even this topic? Actually, it is absolutely correct because this topic is about the dynasty of Swayambhuva Manu, who is incarnation of Krishna himself. And these topics are actually going to lead them to increase their own love and devotion for Krishna. And therefore, the lesson for all of us is we should discuss these topics of Bhagavatam, this Krishna Katha, because when we do Krishna Katha, then we also get the love that the pure devotees have. I have a few verses I took. I just want to give high level. This is the Swayambhuva Manu high level background. He has 3 daughters and 2 sons. We are talking about Devahuti today. Then there is Akuti, Prasuti. There are other Bhagavatam chapters dedicated on that. And then he has 2 sons, Uttanapat, Priyavrata. Many stories around that. And this whole section that we are talking about is about the Visarga. The Sarga is the Lord's creation, the primary creation. Visarga is the secondary creation by Brahma. We are talking about that, and how the Swayambhuva Manu and the dynasty will increase is the background. So why should Vidura and Maitreya discuss this topic? And for that matter, why should we discuss about the devotees of the Lord? We have a lot of things to talk about the Lord, but why do we talk about the devotees of the Lord? And maybe Tim, you can just read this. I just copied it from the Veda base. So purpose of hearing, when we hear about the devotees of the Lord, then the purpose of hearing itself is fulfilled. We can hear a lot of non-transcendental topics or materialistic topics. It is many times referred to as, pilgrimage of the crows, when we talk all those things, but we want to be in the pilgrimage of the swans. And that's why we are all here. So the purpose of hearing is fulfilled when we hear about devotees. So Tim will read that it is 3.13.3, the translation. The yellow one.
Hare Krishna. 3.13.3 Srimad Bhagavatam is full of the transcendental topics of the personality of Godhead and his pure devotees. In the absolute world, there is no difference in quality between the Supreme Lord and his pure devotee. Therefore, hearing the topics of the Lord and hearing of the character and activities of the pure devotee have the same result, namely the development of devotional service.
Such a beautiful verse because, the devotees get their quality from the Lord. And when we hear about those devotees, then we also get the qualities of those devotees. And therefore, we also get the qualities of the Lord in more and more proportion. We are very infinitesimal, very small quantity we have, but we can increase that love for God and those beautiful qualities that the God and that the Lord and his devotees depict. We can develop that love, and we can develop our own service attitude, our devotional service towards Krishna. One more verse which is similar in nature. Shweta, maybe you want to read this?
3.13.4 Persons who hear from a spiritual master with great labor and for a long time must hear from the mouths of pure devotees about the character and activities of pure devotees. Pure devotees always think within their hearts of the lotus feet of the personality of Godhead, who awards his devotees liberation. So
Maharaj Vaisheshika Prabhu always says this, right? We have to hear from the same source for a very long time. And this is very, very clearly said. We have to hear from the spiritual master with great labor. Great labor because, we have to get up in the morning, we have to get ready, we have other, important obligations. But that's a great labor for all of us when we come to the temple. And we have to repeatedly hear it for a long time because the spiritual master has already assimilated this knowledge. They have already living this knowledge. So when we see that, in front of our eyes. It is very famously said that, bhakti comes from bhakti. And when we see bhakti in others, then the bhakti in ourselves, which is very dormant and sleeping, gets awakened, and then we also get that same loving attitude. So we have to hear from pure devotees, and also we have to hear from about pure devotees, so that we get another wonderful proof of that. And they have in their heart, Krishna is there. In everyone's heart, Krishna is there. But Krishna is more manifested in their heart, because they are more open to hear from Krishna. So when we see that, then we also get those qualities. One more verse on the similar line. This is one of my favorite verses actually. The saffron mercy particles, Maharaj always says about this himself. Adinath Prabhu, you can read this for us.
A pure devotee always engages in the service of the Lord, taking shelter of his lotus feet, and therefore he has a direct connection with the saffron mercy particles that are strewn over the lotus feet of the Lord. Although when a pure devotee speaks, the articulation of his voice may resemble the sound of this material sky, the voice is spiritually very powerful because it touches the particles of saffron dust on the lotus feet of the Lord. As soon as a sleeping, living entity hears the powerful voice emanating from the mouth of pure devotee, he immediately remembers his eternal relationship with the Lord, although up until that moment he had forgotten everything.
So beautiful. The voice is spiritually very powerful because it touches in the heart of the pure devotee. Krishna is there. Krishna is there in our heart also. And it is touched by the saffron particles, which are like we offer Krishna the saffron flowers, beautiful flowers. And when it is there, and when this pure devotee, when they speak from the mouth, that touch of Krishna comes, and when that touch of Krishna reaches our ear holes, then we also get that mercy particles, the mercy saffron particles from Krishna. And then we also remember our relationship with Krishna, which is dormant. Every day it becomes dormant. Every day we have to keep reminding ourselves, and every day we have to keep engaged in Krishna Katha in some way or the other. And that way it will bless us, and we will revive our lost relationship with Krishna. So those were some reasons why we are reading about devotees of the Lord, to get that love that they have. So coming back to our storyline, Kardama Muni is now also responsible for increasing the progeny. So he's supposed to have more children and have more, and then increase the world population. But before entering into this family life, don't focus on the text, it's just for me. Before focusing on the family life, what he's doing. He has been given this order by Brahma, you go and create progeny. He'll be, hey, I'm ready. Like, hey, where's the girl? I'm ready. He could do that, but that's not his mood. He is praying for 10,000 years. He is making himself ready for the family life. He is making himself he's going through so many austerities, so many inconveniences, which is not very normal for regular people, so that he can control his mind. He can be in a more detached mode. Even when we go in our grasta life, in a family life, we have to be in the life with everything around us, but we are still detached. We are very much detached. And how do we get that detachment? Only by practice. How the mind can be controlled? Only by practice. It is repeatedly said in Bhagavad-Gita also. So he is focusing his mind and senses in the devotional service of the Lord, even before he is getting married. But 10,000, he practices this 10,000 years, he's practicing this detachment, so that he can take a serious responsibility of having children and growing their children. So this is a great lesson for all of us. It's not just about having brahmachari life, grahastha life, and then vanaprastha and sannyas, then think about God. No. Entering into any life, we need to have that strong conviction, the strong faith, and the strong detachment, so that we can continuously be associated just with Krishna consciousness while we are in the material world. In Bombay, we have, local train. We used to go. I always give this example in Bhakti community. And the train is so crowded. We used to go in college. And there will be even all kinds of people. There will be a fisherman lady with a big basket of fish, with a big smell of fish actually. And she will be carrying that. And there will be school students with their bags. There will be ladies with their office, thing, men with their suitcase. All kinds of people are around. We will be sitting in a chair or sometimes just standing. And we would be generally talking about our school stuff or engrossed in a book. So while all these things are going around, people are rushing, women are fighting to get a small seat. While everything is going around, we can still be engrossed in our book and do our studies of college that time. Same way, in our house, everything is going around. Your children are there, your husband is there, your mother, father, everybody is there. But you can still go inner and inner. All this thing is there, but you can still go deeper and deeper. So this is what Kardama Muni is now practicing. He's training himself before going into a household life. It is very much recommended in the Vedas, even for married couples. Before they have children, there is samskars that they have to do, Garbhadana samskars, where they will officially, get into the contract. And, now they are preparing their body to attract more better souls, beautiful Krishna conscious kids, to have a nicer upbringing for them. So they have to be holy in order to have holy tendencies for the children. So this is what the point is. Even yesterday somewhere we were reading about Vyasdev and Sukadev also. Sukadev Goswami was having a lot of impersonalist opinions. And even in the womb, Vyasdev has given him the seed of Srimad Bhagavatam, the loving devotion. And later on, when he is born, he runs away from the home. He gets back because he got attracted to Srimad Bhagavatam for the personal philosophy of Krishna. So the children will have, Prahlad Maharaj is a very famous example, we all know. And he was given the seed of devotional service in the womb by Narad Muni when he was in the womb of his mother Kadayu. So this is very important that when we take up any big endeavor like marrying, we have to get ourselves ready for that married life. Both husband and wife should be equally potent to attract very beautiful children. Because what is the point of married life is just to have and raise beautiful Krishna conscious kids whose life we can help further to take them to the love of Godhead. So Kardama Muni did this for 10,000 years. Don't be surprised. This is the time of early times, Satya Yuga. People's life are 10,000, 100,000 years. So 10,000 is not big in 100,000 years, big scheme of things. So Kardama is doing this. He performed a lot of bhakti. It's not just Ashtanga yoga, which is not even appropriate in this age. We cannot do. So there are some people who can still do. But for ordinary people like us, we cannot. So here in the purport, Prabhupada has clearly said that whatever yoga we do, it has to have a mixed with devotion. It cannot be just a very mechanical yoga like these days we go to yoga classes. The whole concept of yoga has been destroyed. Yoga is a connection. Yoga means to connect. Connect to whom? Connect to our original divine source, who is Krishna. So he is practicing this bhakti yoga in trance with having Krishna as his goal and nothing else. So that is the purpose of a life. And in the Kali Yuga, obviously, this is not a very feasible Ashtanga yoga. Those processes are not very feasible. So Mahaprabhu has definitely given us this very easy remedy. It's a discount season. Kali Yuga is a discount yuga, where you just chant a Maha Mantra and you get the same thing that people got in Satya Yuga. In Satya Yuga, if you tell them to do Maha Mantra, they will hey, I can do much better. Give me something more hard. They are more of that type. But in Kali Yuga, tell me what's the fastest. Tell me what is the easiest. Give me the juice of it. Tell me the remedy. So this is the remedy. The direct method is to chant the Hare Krishna. Is a prescribed method for this age. And but in that age, he performs his bhakti in trance for 10,000 years. And obviously, with that kind of mood of bhakti, now the Lord, in his four-handed forms, Vaikuntha, Lord of Vaikuntha, Narayan, gets very, very impressed with his work of 10,000. years, and then he gives him his beautiful darshan. The Lord comes in his four-handed form on his carrier Garuda, who is the eagle carrier of the Lord. A most blessed devotee, actually. He is always having, Lord's feet is always on the Garuda. And he's very effulgent, Lord Krishna, very, very effulgent. He has beautiful garlands of white lotuses. When our devotees make lotus flowers here, so beautiful. But this is Vaikuntha lotuses, very, very beautiful, very, very fragrant. He has a beautiful crown, like our, Madan Mohan sometimes wear crowns. And Lord, beautiful alligator earrings, shankha, chakra, means the conch. He has all the four things always with his hand. 2 things are for devotees, 2 things are for demons. Vaikuntha always has. Padma is the flower, and conch is for devotees, and chakra and gada is for the demons. So Krishna is there for everyone, taking care. He comes in that beautiful form. He has Srivatsa, the hairline on his chest, which is Shri herself, Radharani. And then Kaustuba jewel, very beautiful gem. And his feet are on the shoulders of Garuda. And Krishna comes in this beautiful form. And Kardama Muni is in his meditation trance. He sees this beautiful form of Krishna. When somebody comes in the temple, like a Swami or somebody comes, how much we get, something happens to us. For no reason, hair stands and, we get something, and then they bow down, then more happens, tears come. What will happen is just Krishna comes in front of us in this kind of form. And Kardama Muni is in very, very happiness, ecstasy. And he's offering, obviously, the obeisances to the Lord. We heard from Radhika Raman, when we see somebody senior to us, first thing we do obeisances, then we do some sweet words, praise them, and then we talk about our problems. So everywhere the theme is there in Bhagavatam. When they see Krishna, they first, nicely obeisances, then they prayers for Krishna, the demigod's prayers, there are so many prayers. And so Kardama Muni offers now beautiful prayers to Krishna. Actually, this one I really love. This actually, the form of Krishna in the Vaikuntha form, the four-handed form. This is one Mukunda Mala Stotra. Bhakta Paya Bhujanga Garuda Manis Trailokya Raksha Manir Gopi Lochana Chatkambuda Mani Saundarya Mudra Mani Yakanta Mani Rukmini Ghanakucha Dvantvaika Bhusha Mani Shreyo Deva Shikhamani Dishatro Gopala Chudamani. This describes how Krishna looks when he comes like this in the four-handed forms. I don't want to put the full thing, but a part of it means that Vishnu comes on the back of Garuda. Vishnu is gigantic and Garuda is like a mountain. So Garuda is like a mountain, and the Lord on the top of this mountain looks like a blue jewel. Just imagine this big mountain. On top of it, this is Krishna and the blue jewel on top of Garuda, sitting on the back of Garuda with his 4 hands, and he will protect all the devotees who are drowning in the ocean of miseries, in the samsara sagar. And he will protect all his devotees in the 3 planetary systems coming on the back of Garuda. And so the actual translation of this, actually I have in my notes here. So, hey jewel riding on the back of Garuda, hey jewel taking care of all the 3 worlds, hey jewel attracting the eyes of the gopis, hey jewel which is the signal of beauty, the only jewel on Rukmini, who herself is a jewel among your consorts, her crown jewels of all gods. Hey Gopal, who is the supreme jewel, please show us the way. So that is the that is a beautiful description of the Lord of Vaikuntha in this Mukunda Mala Stotra. So now Kardama has seen the Lord in this beautiful form, and he's saying these prayers that I have achieved the perfection of my eyes. I have achieved the perfection of my eyes today because my power of sight is now fulfilled, having attained the greatest perfection of the sight of you, O beautiful Lord of Vaikuntha, who are the reservoir of all the existences. And through many successive births of deep meditation, even advanced yogis, they aspire for seeing this form, and you have just shown me this form in just 10,000 years, in the 100,000 year life. With just a small worship or small focus on you, you have given me your beautiful darshan. So the same thing you have heard from the gopis. When the gopis are seeing Krishna, they also say the same thing. In the Mataji can probably show this verse to us. They are saying that this is the perfection of their eyes when they see the beautiful form of Krishna when he goes to the forest with the cowherd boys while playing his flute. It's okay, I actually copied the verse, so don't need to show. So this is the perfection of our eyes. Actually, that way we can have perfection of each and every limbs of our body by engaging in Krishna's service. One example I remember, there is one sannyasi came to our home, and he asked me, Mataji, can I do laundry of my clothes? I said, don't worry, I will take care of your laundry. And I took his laundry, I washed his clothes in the laundry, and then I thought, okay, I just can't leave that, I have to iron these clothes nicely. And when I was small, in my school days, in India we used to wear uniform. And uniform will have plates, like the skirt has to have plates, and the boys, the pants has to have the iron line. That way, when we go to school, they will give us marks. Somebody, monitor will come and they will check our nails, our dress is ironed nicely or not, and boys, the shirt has to have this line of iron, whether it is there. So, in my home, I was very famous for ironing clothes. And everybody will just come to me, even my mom, dad, whatever clothes they have to wear, my sister, brother, I will iron everyone's clothes. All my life I was ironing. After marriage also I was ironing. And then this sannyasi comes to my life, and we are like, okay, now let me iron these clothes. And when I ironed these clothes, this whole flashback happened. That, okay, I never felt the joy of iron. I always liked the joy of iron because everybody appreciated me after that. But this one was something very special. That, okay, sannyasi never said anything to me, you did a good job. But the satisfaction of ironing the clothes, I felt that this was the perfection of my ironing skills that I have done all my life. I was really like, okay, this is what is meant by perfection, actually. Perfection of eyes when you see the Lord. Perfection of your skills when you serve the devotee of the Lord, when you serve the Lord. This is the real perfection. So then I looked at some more verses in Bhagavatam. Actually, this is a lot. But this is perfection of each and every part of the body. And if somebody should read this verse, very, very beautiful. We do this in Bhakti Vaibhav, I want you to read very nicely with some, impact and some really drama, something nice. Just read this, Megan. Yeah. Maybe one each.
One who has not listened to the messages about the prowess and marvelous acts of the personality of Godhead and has not sung or chanted loudly the worthy songs about the Lord is to be considered to possess ear holes like the holes of snakes and a tongue like the tongue of a frog.
Can you believe this? This is a little bit negative and very hard, but it gives me a lot of inspiration. If you haven't heard the Krishna song, if you haven't heard your own chanting, if you have not heard pure devotees, what is the point of your ear holes? Snake can just go and sleep there. Why do you have the ear holes? This is a little bit harsh, and then the tongue, if you have not chanted, if you have not spoken good words about devotees, about Krishna, then it is like the croaking of the frogs. So this is another dimension to this. And let's read the next one. Vicky can read.
The upper portion of the body, though crowned with a silk turban, is only a heavy burden if not bowed down before the personality of Godhead, who can award mukti, freedom. And the hands, though decorated with glittering bangles, are like those of a dead man, if not engaged in the service of the personality of Godhead, Hari.
Yeah. So if you are not bowing down the Lord, you are so much high in your ego that always like, I am the best. Why should I bow down to anyone? But if you have not bowed down, then what is the point of your life? As you grow higher and higher, you have to become like bamboo who bends more and more. And this is what it's saying. If we have not done this, then what is the point of having a beautiful silk and nice things on your head if you are not bowing your head? And even hands, with beautiful bangles in your hand is like a hand of a dead man when you have not used those hands for the service of the Lord. That's another thing. And then let's hear about the eyes.
The eyes which do not look at the symbolic representations of the personality of Godhead Vishnu, his forms, name, quality, etc., are like those printed on the plumes of the peacock, and the legs which do not move to the holy places where the Lord is remembered are considered to be like tree trunks.
Yeah, so eyes we should always use. Madan Mohan is here always in front of us. We can come, we are all living, we're not too far. Come and take the darshan. That's the perfection of our eyes. Look at the beautiful way devotees have, actually it is said, these flowers, when I put these flowers today, I look a little bit more beautiful. But these flowers, when they go on Krishna, the flowers become more beautiful because Krishna is so beautiful. So the beauty of the flower gets enhanced when they are on Krishna. So if we have that kind of eyes, then that is the perfection of our eyes. And similarly, the legs, if we don't go to the places, then it is considered as tree trunks, just standing there, not doing anything. So that's another way. And let's see the next one about the head. Yeah.
The person who has not at any time received the dust of the lotus feet of the Lord's pure devotee upon his head is certainly a dead body. And the person who has never experienced the aroma of the tulsi leaves from the lotus feet of the Lord is also a dead body, although breathing.
Yes. So our head is to receive the dust of the devotees of the Lord. When we, when we do our Maharaj Vyas Puja, we just take the water, dust of Vrindavan. This is what our head is for. And aroma. The Kumaras is a famous example. They had impersonalist views about Krishna. As soon as they see Krishna and they smell the beautiful aroma of Tulasi, the love of God just, comes in them. So that is the purpose of the nose. And so the last one is not visible here. I think, so even the heart is also, it is steel framed if it is not able to chant and cry in ecstasy when we say the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, then heart is also like a steel framed something. So these are some of the things we need to remember. And one famous example is Ambarish Maharaj. This is always said, Savai Manar Krishna Pada Ravindo. This verse where, Ambarish is a king, a grahastha. Same like Janak, Sita's father. He's a grahastha. But he has done everything. He has engaged his mind in meditating on the Lord. His words on describing the glories of the Lord. Hands in cleaning the temples of the Lord. Ears for hearing about the Lord. Eyes for seeing. Touch for the bodies, for the serving the bodies. And the smell for smelling the fragrance. So same verse, same theme repeated throughout in many places in Srimad Bhagavatam. So the perfection of eyes. So when Kardama sees the Lord, he says, I have perfection of eyes. And then he says that, I'm praying you, actually less intelligent people pray you for cheap things, for material desires. I am also like one of them. I am praying you for 10,000 years actually to get a wife. And he is actually humbling himself. Kardama is not of that category, but he is humbling himself. Actually, the service of going progeny is given to him by Brahma, and Krishna has told Brahma, go increase progeny. So he is serving Krishna's desires. It's Krishna's desire to increase progeny. He is asking for his wife, for his own Krishna's desires. But he still humbles himself, saying that, people worship you, when... I think I have a verse here, somewhere I put this. Yeah, here. Same thing happened to Dhruva Maharaj. When Dhruva Maharaj meditated, severe austerities he did. And after that, Krishna comes in front of him in the four-handed forms and touches his head with the conch shell. And Dhruva Maharaj says prayers, and he already has realized that he was asking for a kingdom which is greater than his great-great-grandfather Brahma, but he was asking for broken pieces of glasses. Whereas for Krishna, we can directly ask love for Godhead, go back home Godhead. If you go to a king and king says, ask me anything, he will say, okay, give me 1 day supply of my food. Hey, you are in front of a king. You could have asked something really big. So same thing happens. Another example I gave, that, Dhruva Maharaj also same thing happened. But Kardama says, I want to increase progeny. And he does a lot of prayers after that. I'm not going through all the prayers. And he says that materialistic and selfish people are centered around sense gratification, animalistic life. And the devotees, they leave the company of such materialistic people, because when they do that, then Lord comes to their life as a shelter, like an umbrella. And, like the big rains come, the fire comes, only Krishna can protect the rains. So when we have the rains of material miseries, then Krishna comes in our life as a big umbrella and protects us. So he's glorifying Krishna in this way before coming to more and more points. And so the devotees of the Lord, they take a lot of pleasure to talk about Krishna's glories and Krishna Katha. And when Krishna Katha is heard, then we become like intoxicants. We cannot stop it. We have to do the reading calls. We have to come to the temple. If somebody alcoholic, intoxicant, they are oblivious. Everything is going around, but they are in their own thing. This is what happens when we do Krishna Katha. We are oblivious of everything. Everything happens in our life. Miseries are there. Everything is there. Happiness, distress is there. But we are above it. And it is like an intoxicant. And we are not affected by our material surroundings. So he is saying these prayers to Krishna. And now he also says to Krishna a lot more things. You are like the creator, maintainer, and destroyer. Like the example of spider is given. Spider, he creates the web. He doesn't get ingredients for creating the web from somewhere. He doesn't go here and there. He comes from his own saliva. He creates his own web. And when time comes, he maintains it, and then he also dissolves it. Same way, Krishna also creates maintenance and dissolves the material universe. And let your clauseless mercy be on us, Kardama's prayers. And he pays obeisances. And Lord is very happy with hearing all these beautiful praises about himself. And Lord actually then spoke. And Lord gives him a prediction that whatever you have come to ask me for, a wife, I have already decided. Day after tomorrow, one girl is going to come with her parents, and you are going to be married to her. So Krishna already fulfilled his desire before he even asked. And Swayambhuva Manu is going to come with his wife Shatarupa and his daughter Devahuti, and she is of like disposition. So when we get married, it should not be on just, upper level, surface level attractions. It has to be having a like disposition. Both husband and wife should have the similar goals. Then that is the success of life. So Kardama asked for a wife which is of similar type of as him, like disposition, and not something contrast. So this is another big lesson in itself. We can talk some other time. But he wants somebody who is of his type, not somebody else type. And similar character, similar qualities. And Krishna already decided a wife for him. And he also predicts that you are going to have 9 daughters from this girl, and you are going to increase further progeny. These girls will further marry, and they will have further progeny. And finally, Krishna also predicts, and you will attain me in this endeavor. So in your grahastha life endeavor, after progeny, you will actually attain me in the end. This is a lot of hope for all of us. We don't want to give up anything. We will do our endeavor. We will still have promise from Krishna that you will attain me finally, and you will see everything in me and everyone Krishna in everyone. So you will see like that, you will have equal vision. And you know what? I am also going to take birth as your own son, Kapil Dev. So Krishna is already now planning the marriage of his own mother and father in this episode. Kardama Muni talking about his wife, Devahuti is coming. Krishna is saying, I am going to actually become your own son. So what a great fortune for Kardama Muni that Krishna is going to take birth as Kapila Dev in his life. So now after this prediction, the Lord left. He departed to his Vaikuntha planets. And as predicted, the next day after next, Swayambhuva comes with his wife. And this is a beautiful place actually where Kardama Muni did his whole meditation. This is where they will meet now. And this is called Bindu Sarovar actually. This place is so beautiful that it has everything in the mode of goodness. Like the plants, the trees, the beautiful flowers, the birds, the animals. All of these things are in the mode of goodness in this place. And therefore Kardama could rise to this mode of goodness, beyond mode of goodness even, when he could see the Lord. And when he praised the Lord had tears in his eyes by hearing Kardama Muni's prayers. And this beautiful lake is called Bindu Sarovar. A lot of people, they go to this place and they take bath. Their sinful reactions get, get rid of their sinful reactions. And so this is very famous place where this happened. And now Swayambhuva Manu is coming with his wife. Swayambhuva Manu is a king, so he is Kshatriya. Kardama is a Brahman. So as per the etiquette, the father comes and gives his hand to the other person, to the husband here. And Manu is also a very exalted king, exalted devotee, is incarnation of Lord himself. And they both are reciprocating exchanges with each other, talking with each other. Kardama glorifies Manu in various ways. We will not go through all of that. Now the marriage of Kardama and Devahuti is happening. And I won't go through all of this. Manu addresses Kardama. He praises Kardama also. He praises about Brahmins. The duty of Brahmins is talked about. The duty of Kshatriya is talked about. Then Manu offers Devahuti, and he says that Devahuti is coming from a great family. She is a very, aristocratic family, Swayambhuva Manu. And she has heard about you and she has fixed her mind on you, and she is a suitable wife for you. And you cannot, deny such an offering because it's coming on its own accord. This is an etiquette, and this is a very respectful marriage. The father of the girl is coming in front of you and offering this girl. So you take this, and if you reject her, your only fame will destroy. Anyhow, you have not taken the life of celibacy. There are two types of brahmachari. One is full life celibacy, and one is after some time they will marry. So Kardama has not taken full life celibacy, so you can accept my daughter. Now, Kardama already sees that this is a really good proposition for me. And he also has heard very good things about Devahuti before. And he says, yes, I will marry your daughter. And, one time, she's a crest jewel of the woman. One time I heard that she was playing in her terrace, and beautiful Gandharvas were traveling in their aeroplane. They also fall down, seeing her so beautiful. So why will I not marry her? So he accepts the marriage proposal, and but he just says, I have one condition, that after my marriage, once I have children, I will renounce, I will move forward. So he's already planning his retirement life before even he is getting married, before even he is getting children. Some lesson for us to think about, what is it? We will talk a little bit more that, before her marriage, Devahuti is already taken care by her father. After marriage, I will take care. When we have our children, sons will take care of the mother. I will go and I will renounce my life. So he puts that condition. Swayambhuva accepts. And hearing this speech of Kardama, Devahuti is super impressed. Wow, this is the kind of man I am going to getting married now. So Kardama now married, and Devahuti now separated from her parents. The parents depart. Then there's a big chapter on Manu, his kingdom. We are not going through that. Now this is the main topic of discussion. Devahuti's now service to her son and how we can serve our spiritual master in the same way. This is the topic of the discussion. So all this was the background, setting the stage for the main topic. And we are going to read all of these things now. And she did a lot of service to her husband. She's a very chaste wife. She's very faithful. She does with a lot of great love. She automatically understands the desire of her husband without even husband telling her anything. She also has intimacy, but not too much intimacy that the respect is lost. So I'm going to go through each of these points separately. And these are some of the positive points, and there are some even negative points that she got rid of while she was doing this service to her husband, and what we also have to get rid of in our life. We will discuss in the subsequent talks. So here, now, same way I'm telling you, so same application of Grahastha life that Devahuti and Kardama are going to show to us, we can reuse in Brahmachari life, in renounced life, in those kind of life, and get the parallels. And this is the discussion of parallel. I will start. So chastity, she was a sadhvi. Chastity means very faithful to just one husband, not too many here and there. You know, one husband is there, but I also get attracted to somebody. I have one guru, but I can also try something else. I can also try some different parampara. Yes, it's good. You can learn about things, but your faith, your commitment, your conviction should be to that one person, that one who you have decided with a lot of extra question answers, lot of care. Same way we have to be faithful to our spiritual masters. Another thing, understanding of the spiritual master. There are three kinds of devotees. One of the devotee, spiritual master will say something, they will not listen. Everything is gone in one ear, come out from the second ear. No impact, nothing. There is a third class disciple. Second class disciple is Guru says, he religiously follow. Yes, this is the instruction of my Guru, I will follow this. First class is, all of this he will follow, but before even Guru says something, the disciple already knows what Guru wants. I always say in the class, Maharaj is thinking of some verse, and it's not coming to Maharaj. Maharaj says, I'm thinking of some verse. Mukharvind Prabhu will come and say, this is the verse. So this is the love of a disciple, and this is the connection. This many times the disciple has heard the Guru, so many times that disciple already knows what the Guru wants. So this is one, our community is a lot of inspiration. We have a lot of people around us who we can take inspiration from. We don't need to go far. It's just around us. We have all of these examples where we have the right disposition for our Guru. Before even Guru sits, Radhakripa Prabhu will come and put his, the chair. Before even he sits, Krishnangi Mataji will put the water. Ramanand Saka Prabhu will be ready with the garland. So before even the Guru asks for anything, it's already there. So that is the mood that we all have to cultivate. And this is the mood of Devahuti. She's with this mood, she is serving her Guru, and she's serving constantly, no interruptions, to the point that she did not even take care of herself. Not a recommended idea, we need to take care of our body, but she's so exalted. So we also have to have this mood that we have to serve our Guru constantly, without interruptions, without ulterior motive. That's another point we'll discuss soon. And it is a voluntary service. Nobody is forcing us to do these things. This is something we are doing from heart. Because if we cannot do it for our Guru, from our heart voluntarily, how can we do it for Krishna? This is also another point we will learn future. I want to take a quick break and see if people have any reflections. There's more topics coming. But let's hear if there are any reflections so far that we can share with the group here. Anything that resonates your mind. Yes, Lijay.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thanks so much for this wonderful sharing and teaching. Something resonated with me is how you talked about perfection. I remember my Shishika Prabhu also talked about a lot of times we don't do anything because we fear that we are not good enough. But he also said that when you started to do something with Krishna in your mind and you immediately become perfect, that is what you were talking about when you started to serve Krishna and all the people that serve him, and immediately your skill becomes perfect. So thanks for sharing that with us.
Yeah, that is so beautiful because Krishna preserves all the good things that we have and he gives us what we don't have. And if we just dedicate ourselves, then so many things he will give us, and then the perfection will happen for each and every limbs of our body. Thank you, Lijay. Let's see if there is anything else anybody wants to share here. Okay, Adinath Prabhu.
I like the point about the samskara, specifically about progeny, because Krishna talks about that in the Bhagavad Gita. He says that those who do not engage, they create varna shankara, unwanted progeny. And then slowly the degradation of society happens. So not to be too negative, but on a positive side, those that do, I like that you highlighted the holy tendencies. I was just briefly searched the etymology. The holy means to be whole or uninjured. So those who are engaging in those kind of samskars positively, they're holistic, and they're the same thing is there with the sin. The word sin is meaning miss the mark, to not have the correct aim. So those are having those holy tendencies are creating holy progeny, and they have those tendencies also. So it's very nice. Thank you.
Yeah, we actually see this in ISV, right? There are some kids, the parents are very holy and very engaged in devotional life. And the children, when they come, the two boys especially, the Gauranga and Vishwambar, they give us a glimpse of Krishna and Balram, because, in Krishna and Balram time, the mothers, they liked Krishna more than their own children. And we get that feeling a little bit. When these boys come, all the mothers are loving them more than their own children. How could that be? Because this is the progeny, right? This is what they are giving us, the glimpse of spiritual life. And those kind of souls get attracted if parents have those tendencies. If parents have demoniac tendencies, then demoniac souls will get attracted. We want divine souls. So it's really, really very important for all of us to have those practices in our life. Yeah. Okay. So anything else? Anybody? One more? Yeah, Tim.
Hare Krishna, thank you for the class so far. It's interesting that Kardama Muni says that he's going to leave right after he's going to beget the child. It's just so foreign, especially to what we see today. You have children, and then you get more absorbed in family life. But he's already put God first, and he's sticking to his duty, which is to be a good brahmana, so detached from family life.
Yeah, it's hard for us. I mean, not recommended. But he's Kardama Muni. He's a pure devotee of the Lord. So, but it's a good example for us to have our priorities very clear, like how Maharaj says, keep the main thing the main thing. And once that is there, when the goal is clear, then all the other, small ripples that we have in our life, we can have ways to adjust and still move towards our common goal of married couples' goal of achieving the love of God. So yeah, let's continue. there are a lot of more qualities I want to talk about. So we discussed chastity, which is faithfulness, understanding the desires of her husband. She always had him as his top priority, and it was all voluntary. Now in the verse, actually we should read the first verse. It is Canto 3, chapter 23, text 1. Let's read that. Mataji, if you can. 3:23, 1. I want to talk about this, that verse before we read this. (3:23:1). Yes, I really hope that's the one, but let's check here. Okay, Mataji, you can go to the, Maitreya uvacha Pitrabhyam prashtite sadvi Patim mangita kovida Nityam prayacharat pritya Bhavani abhayam bhuvum Bhavani bhavam prabhum. So we'll read the translation. Maitreya continued. After the departure of her parents, the chaste woman Devahuti, who could understand the desires of her husband, served him constantly with great love, as Bhavani, the wife of Lord Shiva, serves her husband. So this is a very important point why we are talking about Bhavani here. Let's read the purport. The specific example of Bhavani is very significant. Bhavani means the wife of Bhava or Lord Shiva. Bhavani or Parvati, the daughter of the king of the Himalayas, selected Lord Shiva, who appears to be just like a beggar, as her husband. In spite of her being a princess, she undertook all kinds of tribulations to associate with Lord Shiva, who did not even have a house, but was sitting underneath the trees and passing his time in meditation. Although Bhavani was a daughter of a very great king, she used to serve Lord Shiva just like a poor woman. Similarly, Devahuti was the daughter of an emperor, Swayambhuva Manu, yet she preferred to accept Kardama Muni as her husband. She served him with great love and affection, and she knew how to please him. Therefore, she is designated here as Sadhvi, which means a chaste, faithful wife. Her rare example is ideal of Vedic civilization. Every woman is expected to be as good and chaste as Devahuti or Bhavani. I think we can stop the reading there. So coming back, so this is the example of Bhavani given. Bhavani is also Mother Parvati. She is also very rich actually. Devahuti is a daughter of an emperor. Here she comes, Kardama Muni is looking like a very, a man with no opulence, just simple clothing, living in the forest. And she decides to leave her opulent palace. She was, playing in the big mansion, so big that even the aeroplane can see her. It's so big mansion. And she decides to come and see, have a marriage with Kardama Muni. And similarly, Parvati also. Lord Shiva is very famous. He doesn't even have a house. One time he was, something was happening and he gives even his house for charity. Somebody asked for, hey, I came to your home, you didn't give me return gift, you didn't give me dakshina. Okay, everything is already given, you can take my house only. It was housewarming ceremony. He gives away his own house as, dakshina, as, charity. And he was so renounced. And but Parvati is always serving. He has ashes all over his body. What is the need? This kind of husband. But Parvati knows he is Vaishnava Yatha Shambhu. He is the number one devotee of the Lord, topmost Vaishnava. So what should we look for when we marry? Whether the man is Vaishnava, whether he is going to give me any devotional love, any devotional quality. I lack so much. Can my husband give me that? Can I balance my life like that? Instead of looking for royal riches, opulences, everything can be made. Krishna will give us everything. But if we don't ask for, Krishna, Lakshmi will not come. So this is very famous also that, when we invite Lakshmi without Krishna, he doesn't come. Lakshmi doesn't come. It's very flickering. So when we invite all the material comforts without inviting Krishna, without having love or centering our life around Krishna, what's the point? So Devahuti also is like an example of Parvati, who also had a renounced husband. And she allowed herself to be the wife of an ascetic. And she accommodated, even though she comes from a very rich family, she accommodated her husband because she can also get some love of God. So similarly, the disciple could be very wealthy, coming from a great background, and should still show himself as a low profile instead of guru, and not show off his wealth, his beauty and all those things. As disciples, we should be in that mood that Kardama had, the mood with her husband. And we should also be ready to render all kinds of services. And when we do that, then the guru will be very happy and will give us all kind of knowledge and also the love that Devahuti got from her husband. Eventually she will attain a lot of more things that already her husband has. Similarly, whatever our spiritual master has, why can't we also get it? Just by serving him in that mood of Devahuti. And so material background is not a prerequisite for us. We may be rich or poor. Guru Maharaj is not looking for that. They are not looking for that. It's a spiritual privilege that we need to, is a prerequisite for us, not the material background. So with that same mood in which Devahuti serves her husband, we should serve our spiritual master. And same mood is also shown in Mother Sita, very, very famous, chaste wife, fully dedicated. Everything is about Lord Ram in her life, nothing about herself. She was also very submissive, faithful, shy, chaste. We should be also submissive to our Guru Maharaj. Not that I know more, I can do more. No, we should be very submissive. We should be always in the mood of listening, hearing, the right attitude for the husband and right attitude for the spiritual master. And Mother Sita also, by her character of love and service, she completely attracted the mind of the Lord. And same way, Mother Huti completely attracted the mind of her husband, Kardama. And same way, we can attract the mind of our Guru Maharaj by giving the constant, service. And with great love and faith, if we serve our spiritual master favorably, with good character, and a little bit fearful of our guru, not like a fear like a demon. Oh my God, the demon is here. No, we should have some respectful, reverential fear that this is our guru, not some ordinary, just easily available phone call, meeting, all those things. No, we should have that fear, some reverential mood. And same way for husband also, we should have that respect, some fear, some reverence, so that we don't cross the boundary and we don't displease our spiritual master. This is a very important quality. And familiarity breeds contempt, very dangerous. When we are very close to our spiritual teachers, we may start taking things for very, 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 very for granted. And we should have a healthy fear. Intimacy should be there, but it should be healthy, respectful. Not very much like a friendly, but not like an ordinary friend. And when we have the healthy fear, we should not become too familiar. Sometimes, when I was getting married, people advised us, stay a little bit away from your in-laws for some time. What is this advice? Anyway, we are happy, but at the same time, what is the point of the advice? Because sometimes we just get too close, the respect just is not there. Sometimes we have a little bit distance, more respect is there. So we need to maintain some distance with superiors especially, not having too much close, disrespectful attitude. We'll develop more if everything is very easily available. Familiarity breeds contempt. So we have to maintain a safe distance, our relations to be sacred, to be dignified. And sometimes when we become close to somebody, we start seeing the faults because we are very conditioned. Because we have all these faults in ourselves, we start seeing in everybody. We start seeing in our guru also. And this is a very nice line, I liked it. Faults sometimes make great impression on our minds than good qualities. We hear so many things, so many faults about people. It makes a good impression, long-lasting impression. It takes years to get out of that vicious cycle of wrong things that we heard about somebody. And we have to not try to be sometimes too close. We will lose the respect, we'll lose our own dignity, and the relationship will not be a very healthy relationship. So intimacy should be there, but there has to be also reverence. Same with husband, wife, and same with guru and disciple. So now you will say, hey, in the devotee life, the intimacy should be there. All these, Rukmini has her intimacy, Satyabhama has her intimacy, cowherd boys have their intimacy with Krishna. Everybody has the intimacy. Yes, they have the intimacy. They are at a different level. We are at a sadhaka level. We have to have dignified dealings with reasonable intimacy. We should not try to compare ourselves with those exalted devotees, those eternal devotees of the Lord like the gopis and all of those. We are at a sadhaka level. We are at very, very bare minimum level. We are just trying to get some love for Krishna. We don't have that love that we can have that kind of easygoing relationship with Krishna. So we have to always remember this, a very important point. And okay, so, and then few more points I have. I think we did this. Atma Sauchena, purity of mind and body. I think this comes in the second verse. Let's read that verse. Same Mataji, 3, next verse, yeah. 23:2. Somebody can read nicely. Maybe Chuck, you can read. I will do the shloka and then you can do. Vishrambhenatma sauchena Gauravena damena cha Shushrushaya sauridena Vacha madhuraya cha bho.
Translation. O Vidura, Devahuti served her husband with intimacy and great respect, with control of the senses, with love, and with sweet words.
We did the majority of what was discussed here. Coming back to the presentation. So, Atma Sauchena is purity of mind. So, when we serve our spiritual teachers, we should not have any ulterior motive that, I want this guru so that I can get, more famous, or, this guru will make me more famous than the other, or, those kind of are very ulterior motives. We should not have our own personal agenda. It should be very selfishness. We should not be selfish. And we should be honest with our dealings with our teacher, like how we are with our husbands. And also we should not have any malice. And this is another one. And also for body, purity of mind and purity of body. Purity of body is simple things like be very clean and, nice etiquette and those kind of things. And purity of mind is no selfishness inside. And potentially, everyone is a pure devotee of the Lord, potentially. But right now we are all covered with all of these material things. And we have to be patient enough that, all these false coverings that we have are removed within. And slowly we will have more devotional attitudes to our family, husbands, and eventually to our spiritual teacher. And we all understand that our eternal constitutional position, our eternal job is to serve Krishna. And by serving our teachers, we are practicing to do that eternal job that we naturally are doing eternally. That is Krishna's loving service. And so with the purity of mind, we can, means trying to cultivate that inner purity by offering our love and service to Krishna via the medium of our spiritual masters. So spiritual master is very merciful that they gave us this opportunity to practice this in this life, so we are ready for the real thing that we will have to do in the spiritual world. So this is very important. Jivera Swarup Hoye Nityera Krishna Das. This is our constitutional position, that we are the servant. This is our real ego, but our false ego is we are the controllers. So we have to come to our real ego, that we are servant, we are not the masters. And Gauravena, lot of respect, we already discussed. If you are intimate, how can be also respectful? Yes, there has to be respectful intimacy. Intimacy also should not cross the line, the boundary. And we should always be dependent on our spiritual teachers. We should be in an inferior position because Maya is always there to make us look very superior, always helicopter parenting us. As soon as our mind is here and there, small children, parents, I'm of one of those category. Children are doing here and there, we come and tell them, hey, you need to do something else, not this. Same way Maya is like that, helicopter parent. When we are here and their mind is distracted, she comes and, hey, yeah, get more distraction. So we have to, if we have an inferior position, we have a submissive mood, then we are not in the danger, and we will always have, we will do our best. And we may have a lot of respect, another important point. We may have a lot of ideas and great things, even more than sometimes spiritual master, but no. We should, I think I have a next slide, we should maintain a low profile. Very, very low profile, humility and submissive nature. And sometimes there could also be misunderstanding with our teachers. We should take it as our own purification, or some test the spiritual master is putting on us, some misunderstanding is happening. And sometimes if we are bothered by something with our husbands, we have to honestly confess and share. Similarly with the spiritual teacher also, we should honestly share and express our feelings, but with a very low profile, not with a challenging mode or disrespectful mode. And also, all these things are not very natural because we are very strong and we don't want to bend down to anybody. But we can fake it till you make it. And Maharaj always uses this word because this kind of surrender is so hard. How can you do this? I'm here, I'm self-made. This is what I was taught all my life. You can do anything you want. Now you are saying surrender to somebody. It's not natural. And so we have to just fake it, but with the intention to make it, not just keep faking it all the time. And that would be hypocrisy. And so we have to have an endeavor to make it. And it's okay to fake it for some time, but we have to endeavor to make it. And then we will have the same Swarup, we will understand our position. And always in the mood of the service. Sometimes we become very close to our spiritual teachers. Hey, my spiritual teacher always wants me. He's always looking for me. Why I'm not here today? Oh, he's always asking me to sing. Always I have to play this or Kartal. I am the one. So we can easily get that, false prestige. It's very easy to get carried away. But we should be always thinking that, no, how I am going to do better and better service. Always in the mood of better service. This is Maharaj mantra. Vaisheshika Prabhu always says, always better service. Always better service. And then, why? Because only with service, we can get the realization. Other than that, we cannot get realization just by reading books, becoming a scholar, saying a lot of slokas, scholarly, all those things. Unless we bow down, do humble, menial service, then only then the realization. This is a very famous verse from Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Kautukarna Prabhu always uses this word. Service will lead your conviction into realization. So we have some faith and conviction, but when we offer service, then we get the realization. So this is a famous verse. Ata Shri Krishna namadi na bhaved graham indriya sevon mukhehi jivadau swayameva spuratyada. So fake it till you make it for the better service that we want to do to our teachers. And with a very friendly attitude, with love. Husband-wife relationship should be very friendly. There has to be a lot of love. And similarly with the spiritual teacher also, the disciple should have a lot of love, a friendly attitude, but again, reverential, friendly with the Guru. And Narada actually writes this, I found this about Narad Muni, on the attitude towards spiritual master. And a student should practice completely controlling his senses. He should be submissive and should have an attitude of firm friendship for the spiritual master. With great vow, the brahmachari should live in Gurukul only for the benefit of the Guru. This is the chapter where a lot of things about different stages of life are explained. And in the brahmachari life, we should have our firm friendship, faith, conviction to our spiritual master. That's the point here. Narad Muni also mentioned. And sweet words. Words are a big weapon. Harsh words can just break our relationship with anybody. And sweet words can just make beautiful relationship with people around us. Most complicated problems can get solved. Sometimes, you don't remember what the person actually said sometimes, but how the person made you feel. It is very, very, very hurt. It is like a weapon. Harsh words can be like a weapon. So while we should not try to be too blunt every time with the Guru also, with husband also, we should have a nice way of saying sweet words. Every day we are all going through material problems. We come home and we just talk badly to each other. It's not very helpful. We need to have to just control ourselves in sweet words. And we should say the truth, but not in an unpalatable way. Is the other person ready for it? It's the truth, right? But is the other person ready for it? One classic example is of this Chitraketu. This is a Gandharva. He was going in the aeroplane, and Lord Shiva is very renounced. Parvati and Shiva are sitting in the assembly of sages, and Parvati is sitting on the lap of Shiva. And Shiva is very renounced. He doesn't have any the kind of feelings, attraction in that he's talking of spiritual topics. Chitraketu thinks that, hey, what will people think about Shiva? Let me give some advice here. And he says the truth in a way that actually leads him to a curse from Parvati, and he has to take form of a demon. This is another pastime, but it's a good pastime. Just an example to show how we can ruin our life by just that one single word. Is a white sheet, we only look at the black spot. We have worked so hard to make the white sheet, but that one black spot just remains the black spot in our life. So it's all the hard work, because people just see that. This is material world. And so we have to be extremely careful about the choice of words we used for people, and protect ourselves, protect our life. And so honest truth should be said, but is the person ready? It should not be too blunt. It should be said. I'm not saying it should not be said. And Krishna offered such sweet words. Kumaras, they cursed Krishna's own devotees, Jaya and Vijaya. Krishna actually asked forgiveness. Give me forgiveness. This is fault of my doorkeepers. Krishna offered sweet words. If Krishna can do that, why can't we do those offers? One should worship. So he talks a lot of good things about Brahmanas. He says, praises the 4 Kumaras being Brahmanas, and he pacifies them by his sweet words. So we have to also employ this with our spiritual master. Always use sweet words amongst each other, among Grahastha life, sweet words. And then these were all the beautiful things that Devahuti did, but she also made sure that she does not have lust, pride, greed, sinful activities, vanity, which is excessive pride, and very, very commonly used in the material world. The love is not love, it's just lust, it's just like about something else. We have to give away that lust. We have to give away the pride. Devahuti came from such a big family, such an exalted family. She was not proud of her upbringing and her, richness. She was looking for love, and that's what she got from Kardama. So she lived in very humble conditions with Kardama, and she had no complaints about anything from Kardama, in fact. And even envy towards spiritual master is easy to get. Spiritual master is enjoying so many services, Chappan Bhog, so many nice prasadam. We are not getting it. Envy. This is the envy which brought us to the material world. Envy with Krishna. And now we have spiritual master. If we can get rid of that envy, we will have door open from the inside. Today, Japa Circle, we read that the door for Krishna opens from the inside. No matter whatever we do, the door will be open from inside. If we have envy for our spiritual master, that he is enjoying all these facilities, then we will definitely have envy for Krishna. So this is a life of practice by serving this Krishna, spiritual master, with the mood, without envy, but with the mood of taking this opportunity to serve, because spiritual master gives us that opportunity, is a blessing in disguise. We cannot take it for granted. Whatever things we can do, we should do it without envy. And also without pride. We can, it's very hard to accept that, somebody can be superior to us because we are in the conditioned mode. So we have to give away our lust, our pride, our envy, greed, sinful activities, and then we can serve of the spiritual master, and therefore we can serve Krishna, because spiritual master is the representative of Krishna. And with this kind of spirit, if we serve, then we attain Krishna. And many of the devotees know about this story also, where Indra offended his spiritual master, and with too much pride he did not even bow down when spiritual master has entered the assembly. And of course, they lost the whole battle. The demons started conquering the heavenly planets, and the demigods got their lesson. So we should never have envy from our spiritual master, never disrespect the spiritual master, thinking of spiritual master as an ordinary person. Spiritual master is the representative of Krishna, and therefore he is Krishna himself. So this is an important point. So with all this mood of service, Kardama Muni was very much pleased, and the same way spiritual master will one day be pleased with all of us. And once we serve, Kardama was very, very happy with our service, and he says that you will also attain. So all of this time, Kardama was doing all this sadhana, his practices, and she was just serving him. And she was not doing anything else. She was not doing any yoga practice or anything else. She was only serving her husband. And in the end, her husband says, you will also get everything that I got. So similarly, we will also get everything that our spiritual master has got if we serve the spiritual master very, very selflessly. And we will also be enlightened in the same way as our spiritual masters are enlightened. And then the story continues. I was told that there is no Kaishora class, so I need to go till 7:45, so I will continue. We are now ending this. So the Devahuti then asked that, okay, I've served you all this life. She also was emancipated in her body. She says, I actually want a child. She could have asked for love of Godhead, but no, she asked for a child. In her innocence, she wants a child. And Kardama will actually, with his yogic practice, he's a Mahayogi, he will create a big mansion, and he will give her whatever material pleasure she wants. And she also then says, hey, my body is now emancipated, is not ready for bearing a child. And then he makes even her body very beautiful. She goes in the Bindu Saro, the water, and then inside there are thousands of maid servants who are making her, like getting her ready, dressing her, giving her beautiful ornaments, garlands. And now this couple then are going for a actual grahastha life. So with so many servants and big mansion, they visited a lot of celestial places, and So what is difficulty to achieve for a person who has taken shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord? So he has already achieved so much perfection that he can create everything he wants for material enjoyment. And Kardama Muni, then they do, they enjoy the life for many, many celestial years. And then he has 9 children at the same time. He is a mystic yogi. He divides himself. He has 9 girl daughters. And like that, 100 autumns pass. And but she has only daughters. And remember, Krishna promised, I am going to come as your son, as Kapila Muni. So Kardama says, I need to leave now. The time is up. Then she says, no, give me a son also. I will have fearlessness. My son will take care of me. And finally, she gets Krishna as her own son, as Kapila Dev. And she cultivates a lot of knowledge. She's a very intelligent lady. And I was really impressed with the questions that, Devahuti asked. I always felt that women are not intelligent. But the Sankhya Yoga part of Bhakti Yoga is extremely complicated, very, very technical. And she is going through that studies with her son, Kapila Dev, who will teach her Sankhya Yoga later on. Eventually, she will also attain love for God. And once he gives her the son, then Kardama Muni retires. The son is old enough now to take care of the mother. And so with the association of materialists, we will have bondage. But with that association of devotees, we will have liberation. This is also a very famous verse. And so when our actions don't lead to our dharma or our purpose, our duty, and our vairagya or our renunciation, and doesn't lead us to the tirtha pada seva, means the service of the lotus feet of our teacher. The lotus feet of our teacher is like the tirtha pada, means is a place of pilgrimage. And we will get that. If we don't do that, then we are like a living corpse. If all the things we do doesn't lead to the service and doesn't lead to the love of the Godhead, then it is as good as we are a living corpse. And so she says that, I did all of these, I got all these children, I enjoyed for so many years, but I did not achieve love for God. I did not ask you to teach me all that. But Krishna comes as Kapila Dev, and he also makes his mother successful in her endeavor towards her husband, who is her spiritual teacher also. And then she achieves the love of Godhead. So this was the beautiful story. You all should read this whenever you have some time. But let's see if there are any reflections that we want to talk about. Or any, Kennedy, yeah.
Hare Krishna. When I was first hearing this, it struck a part of my false ego of like, oh, but are women in fear? And it just reminded me that we so often use words incorrectly. And what Srila Prabhupada has written is a more truthful and generous understanding of that. And on that too, it made me even more comfortable being in this body in a sense, because if the supreme person, the supreme enjoyer is Krishna, and the rest of us are to be enjoyed, then this relationship we have with our spiritual master and our Shiksa gurus is one to express and indulge in that inferiority for the sake of bhakti. And then we have in the female body yet another opportunity to explore that with that relationship between husband and wife. And so it was just this really interesting way of breaking through my false ego this morning. So thank you. And then I also really appreciated all these ways in which we can interact with our spiritual master, all these ways in which we can have a measurement of our own progress. And without that measurement, it's very easy to fall into the pattern, those thought processes of, am I doing enough? Am I good enough? Like Lijie had mentioned something he'd said where it's easy to decide not to start because you're afraid you're not going to be good enough. But here we are with the standard. We have our beautiful Devahuti to follow after, and we don't need to be perfect, because if we do it for Krishna, we already are. So thank you. This is just a really warm morning.
Yeah. No, thank you so much for that reflection. Yeah, we can never be forever disqualified. Maharaj very famously says to all of us that you cannot be always disqualified. We should take the step and make the endeavor, fake it, till we have the intention to make it, and make it to what? To surpass all of these, false qualities that we have, and give to the real quality of service, because naturally we are all serving. Naturally, that's all we like. But we are missing the point. We are serving all the bad masters, and we need to find out what is the right thing to serve, and that will lead us to love for Krishna. Okay, anything else anybody wants to add today? Yes, Jambati.
Hi Krishna, Pavani, Bhakti Mataji. Thank you so much for your truly, truly wonderful class. I couldn't have thought of this connection that you have of taking an example of a devout wife and take that as an example on how to serve the spiritual master. That was truly amazing. We all know how devoted you are to Guru Maharaj, so can totally understand that someone like you would come up with that. I had a reflection from earlier this morning from the japa, where you were talking about the material heart, the emotional heart, and the spiritual heart. And I was thinking that, how there are three modes of nature, and there's always a fight of, supremacy between the three. But then similarly, for all these three hearts, if you start taking care of our spiritual heart, then it just kind of helps put the other, like the material and the emotional heart, in the back seat, and then that starts driving, which can really improve our spiritual life. So thank you truly for all the nectar that you've shared with us today. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, keep the main thing, and that will just help us, all of us. I forgot, I wanted to say something to you else. What was your first point you said? Oh yeah, even I was very impressed. Actually, Prabhupada, in the purport, this is all Prabhupada has written. I have not invented anything. That how he says that how the Kardamas and devotee example can be used by everyone to understand the mood of service to the spiritual teacher. Yeah. Thank you, Jambati. Anybody else? Oh yeah, okay. Malini, please, Malini Mataji, please start. Yeah.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much for an enlightening class. I love many aspects of what you explained. I have a reflection at the same time. I also have a question. So the part that you were mentioning that we have to hear this transcendental knowledge for a long time and with faith. I could see that in your own personal example that you are a voracious reader and listener. Almost practically maybe 4 hours a day you hear or read. So this is very, very inspiring, and that is what is showing up in your class today, the amount of material that you covered, the amount of realizations that you had. So thank you for showing by your example how to be a voracious hearer or listener, and that took a long time. My question to you is also on the same lines, that how, from your personal example, how did you develop this taste for hearing? Because as you know, everybody is so busy, especially in Silicon Valley, may not have enough time to spend on reading. We may be pressed for time in many ways because of our work or whatever that may be. So how did you develop this taste for hearing? If you can please share your realization.
Okay, thank you for that. I hope I can live to those standards that you are talking about. I think for me, I am a very competitive person sometimes. I really like competition. I think the way our education system was like that. And I wanted to, my goal was to, especially my Guru Maharaj is very, very good in reading Shastras. He's a scholar. And I wanted to make him proud by reading Shastras and understanding in my own way. This was my goal actually. I did not have goal of love of Godhead and all those things. I just wanted to impress, or not impress, like, get his eyes somewhat. Like, okay, oh, there's somebody who's a little bit good. So that was my goal. And as it is always said that when you take time for Krishna, then Krishna expands as time, because Krishna is time. I started seeing that it actually started more in the pandemic time. We had so much time. Travel times were just saved. And we started reading, and one after the other, inspiration kept coming that we can do more reading. So I think the thing is, by the right association, I had a really good association. Ananda Vrindavan is my savior in my spiritual life. I read a lot with her, and she is avid reader and very, very realized person. So I think the secret is really find somebody who is ready to give mercy to you, and just give you some, every dog has a day, just give you that day, and then you just snatch it, and Krishna just expands. Have some kind of goal. My goal was to just come in the eyes of my spiritual master. You can have a better goal. And please pray for me that I can continue to read the Shastras and somehow utilize in my life, and somehow make some difference in somebody else's life also. Thank you, Malini Mataji. We can end today's session. Time is up. We have to do Guru Puja. So thank you, Hari Bol, everyone. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Chariya Vaishnava Seva Nishtara Payeche Keba. Chariya Vaishnava Seva Nishtara Payeche Keba. Namashrishtham manumapi shachiputram atra swarupam Shri Rupam Tasyagrajam Urupuri Mathurim Goshvathatim Radha Kundam Girivaram Aho Radhika Madhavasham Prapto Yasya Prathita Kripaya Shri Guram Tam Natosmi हे गुरो ज्ञानदा दीनबन्धो स्वानन्ददाता करुणैकसिन्धो वृन्दावनासि नहितावतार प्रसीद राधा प्रणय प्रचार हे दीनबन्धो करुणैकसिन्धो कुरु प्रसादं मयि मन्दमूढे लक्षापराधे बहुपापगाधे तत्पादपद्मे स्तुमतिश्च कृष्णे यद्यापि अमर गुरु चैतन्य दास तथापि जनिए आमी तहार प्रकाश गुरु कृष्ण रूप हना शास्त्रे न प्रमाणे गुरु रूपे कृष्ण कृपा करे न भक्त गणे शिक्षा गुरु के जानी कृष्ण रस्वरूप अंतर्यामी भक्त श्रेष्ठ ए दुई रूप नैवोपयन्त्यपचितिं कवयस्तवेश ब्रह्मायुषापि कृतमृतमुदस्मरन्तः योऽन्तर्बहिस्तनुभृताम् अशुभं विधुन्वन् आचार्य चैत्य वपुषा स्वगतिं व्यनक्ति. Without serving the representative of Krishna, nobody can approach Krishna. I bow down to the beautiful lotus feet of my spiritual master, by whose causeless mercy I have obtained the supreme holy name, the divine mantra, the service of the son of Shachi Mata, the association of Srila Swarupa Damodar, Rupa Goswami, and his older brother Sanatan Goswami, the supreme abode of Mathura, the blissful abode of Vrindavan, the divine Radha Kunda and Govardhan Hill, and the desire within my heart for the loving service of Shri Radhika and Madhava in Vrindavan. O spiritual master, O giver of divine wisdom, O friend of the fallen, you are the giver of your own bliss, and you are the only ocean of mercy. Although dwelling in Vrindavan, you have descended for the welfare of fallen souls like myself, and you are preaching the divine love of Radha for Krishna. Please be kind upon me. O friend of the lowly, O Guru Dev, you are the only ocean of mercy. I am a dull fool and have committed hundreds of thousands of offenses. I have fallen into a dense myriad of sins. Therefore grace me with your mercy, so that my mind may be fixed on your lotus feet and on Sri Krishna. Although I know that my spiritual master is a servitor of Sri Chaitanya, I know him also as a plenary manifestation of the Lord. According to the deliberate opinion of all revealed scriptures, the spiritual master is non-different from Krishna. Lord Krishna, in the form of the spiritual master, delivers his devotees. One should know the instructing spiritual master to be the personality of Krishna. Lord Krishna manifests himself as the supersoul and as the greatest devotee of the Lord. O my Lord, transcendental poets and experts in spiritual science could not fully express their indebtedness to you, even if they were endowed with the prolonged lifetime of Brahma. For you appear in two features, externally as the Acharya and internally as the Supersoul, to deliver the embodied living being by directing him how to come to you. The lotus feet of our spiritual master are the only way by which we can attain pure devotional service. I bow to his lotus feet with great awe and reverence. By his grace, one can cross the ocean of material suffering and obtain the mercy of Krishna. Our only wish is to have our consciousness purified by the words emanating from his lotus mouth. Attachment to his lotus feet is the perfection that fulfills all desires. He opens our darkened eyes and fills our hearts with transcendental knowledge. He is our Lord birth after birth. From him, ecstatic prema emanates. By him, ignorance is destroyed. The Vedic scriptures sing of his character. Our spiritual master is the ocean of mercy, the friend of the poor, and the Lord and master of the devotees. O Master, be merciful unto us. Give us the shade of your lotus feet. Your fame is spread all over the three worlds. Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakti Sadma Bandhan Moi Savadha Vandonmui Savadhana Mate Jahara Prasade Bhai E Bhavatoriya Jai Krishna Prapti Hoy Jaha Hoy Te Krishna Prapti Hoy Jaha Hoy Te Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chitite Kori Boikya Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chitite Kori Boikya Arana Kori Homane Asha Arana Kori Homane Asha Shri Guru Charane Rati Aise Uttama Gati Je prasad pure sarva asha Je prasad pure sarva asha चक्षुदान दिलो जय जन्मे जन्मे प्रभु से चक्षुदान दिलो जय जन्मे जन्मे प्रभु से दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशित दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशित प्रेम भक्ति जहाँ होते अविद्या विनाश जाते प्रेम भक्ति जहाँ होते अविद्या विनाश जाते वेद गाय जहर चरित वेद गाय जहर चरित श्री गुरु करुणा सिंधु अधम जनार बंधु मम जनर बन्धु लोकनाथ लोकेर जीवना लोकनाथ लोकेर जीवना प्रभु मोर दया देह मोर पद छाया प्रभु मोर दया देह मोर पद छाया त्रिभुवना त्रिभुवना जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी निति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यादिशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Gora Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gora Hari Bol.
Damodarasakam. You can sit down, probably. Shri Radha Damodar Bhagavan ki jai. Namam Ishwaram Satchit Anandarupam Vasat Kundalam Gokule Brajamanam Namam Ishwaram Satchit Anandarupam Asat Kundalam Gokule Brajamanam Yashodabhyalukaladhavamanam Param Dristammatyantato Drutagopya Yashodabhyalukaladhavamanam Param Dristammatyantato Drutagopya Vedantam muhurnetra yugmam vijantam Param bhuja yugmena shatankanetram Muhushvasakam pati dekhanta kantha Stutadraivam damodaram bhaktivadam Muhushvasakam pati dekhanta kantha Stutadraivam damodaram bhaktivadam Iti Driksvalilabhirananda kunde Sadhosham nimachantam akhyapayantam Tadiyeshitagyeshu bhaktaijitatvam Punah primatastam shatavriti vande मोक्षवधिं वा न चान्यं वृणेऽहं वरे सदपि वा। इदं ते वपुर्नाथ गोपालबालं सदा मे मनस्या विरस्तान्ति मन्ये। इदं ते मुखाम्भोजं कृतं कुन्तलैस्निग्धरक्तस्य गोप्या। मुहुश्चुम्बितं बिम्बरक्तधरं मे मनसा विरस्तामलं वत्सलामये। मुहुश्चुम्बितं बिम्बरक्तधरं मे मनसा विरस्तामलं वत्सलामये। नमो देव दामोदर अनंत विष्णु प्रसीद प्रभो दुःख जलाभिमग्नम्। कृपादृष्टिवृष्टाति दिनं बतानु विहानि समामद्यमे दक्षिदृश। कृपादृष्टिवृष्टाति दिनं बतानु विहानि समामद्यमे दक्षिदृश। प्रेरात्मजौ बद्धमितैव यद्वा अयमुचितौ भक्तिभाचकृतौ च। तथा प्रेम भक्तिं साधं प्रयच्छ न मोक्षे ग्रहो मे स्थिरामुदरेह। तथा प्रेम भक्तिं स्वकं प्रयच्छ न मोक्षे ग्रहो मे स्थिरामुदरेह। नमस्तेस्तु दाम्ने स्फुरदीप्तिधाम्ने त्वदीयोदरायाथ विश्वस्य सदाम में नमो राधिकायै पदीय प्रियाय नमो नन्दलीलाय देवाय तुभ्यम् नमो राधिकायै पदीय प्रियाय नमो नन्दलीलाय देवाय तुभ्यम् Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Everyone. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Hare 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 Ram Rama Rama Hare Hare. You can do it. Hare Ram Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Everyone. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Everyone. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. Jai Jai Prabhupada, 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 Jai Jai Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Gurudev, Gurudev, Jaya Gurudev. Jai Gaur Premanande, Hare Hare Bol. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. We thank Pavani Bhakti Mataji for starting with the Japa session in the morning, starting at 6:15 and then continuing into Srimad Bhagavatam class. Today's class, the theme was how to learn from Devahuti's service to her husband in terms of how we can serve our spiritual master with the same mode. Thank you. You have brought a lot of good points. If you have missed the class, you can just go online and listen to the lecture. It was very inspiring. Thank you, Mataji. And we also thank our singers. And what's your name? Anshu Prabhu for leading the Guru Puja, and followed by some songs, and then Jaikanaya Prabhu for leading the Damodarastakam. Thank you very much. So now, if there are no other announcements, we'll go into Prasadam just after the Prasadam prayers. Prasadam will be served in the parking lot just after the Prasadam prayers.
Jorindriyata heka jive pele vishaya sagore tarmadye jivayati loho moisu durmati take jeta kathina samsare Krishna barodoyamoy kori bare jilvajay swaprasadana dilo bhai shayanamrita pao Radha Krishna guna gao Ko Shri Chaitanya Nitai Premeda ko Shri Chaitanya Nitai Mahaprasad प्रसादे गोविन्दे नमो ब्राह्मणे वैष्णवे स्वल्पपुण्यवतां राजन् विश्वासनैव जायते प्रसादे सर्वदुःखानां हानिरस्योपजायते प्रसन्नचेतसो यशो बुद्धिपर्यवतिष्ठते त्वयोपभुक्तश्रग्गन्धः वासोऽलङ्कारचर्चितः उच्छिष्टबोधिनो दासात् तवमयं जयेमहि शुष्कं करुषितं वापि नीतं वा दुरदेशतः प्राप्तिमात्रेण भोक्तव्यं नात्र कालविचारण न देशनीयमस्तत्र न कालनीयमस्तथा प्राप्तमन्नं कृतं शिष्टैर्भोक्तव्यं हर्यब्रवीत्